Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for my continued followers, I want to thank you. And please share this commentary with people you think will find it informative. And also, if you want to financially support this channel, I have a Cash App at $Trevor Donald 20. $Trevor Donald 20. Whether it's $5, $10, $20. It's all much appreciated to keep this channel going and to spew forth positive information, rational thinking about the issues that take place in America and around the world. And I want to bring up, did anybody get the chance to see Cat Williams on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay yesterday? A very, very great viral interview. And Cat Williams has been a montage of multiple characters throughout his life, personally and professionally in movies. I think he's an extremely talented guy, and I think that he speaks his truth. And as you know, on my YouTube channel, it's about manifesting your truth, speaking your truth, living your real truth, being positive and righteous. And Cat in the comedian world went at a few people. He's been in the business over 20 years, and Club Shay Shay has interviewed some other comedians that have made some comments about Cat over the years, and I just wanted to give my paraphrase and my opinion on some of the things that Cat was saying, and then some of my viewpoint on some of the comedians that have talked about Cat. And let's start with Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley, I'm a Q. Ricky Smiley's a Q, Omega Psi Phi. I've been one for over 35 years. And Ricky Smiley, as a comedian, I don't think he's that funny. I don't think that Grandmama dressing as a woman role that he has been doing for 25 years is funny. I don't think he speaks well. I don't have any idea how he got a radio show. I think the opinions and the things that he says on his radio show are counterintuitive to moving in a positive direction for young black youth. I think many times the media puts the wrong people on radio and on television to represent us. And I think that Ricky Smiley is a spitting image of stereotypes, misinformation, misguided, as not a funny man. And Ricky went on to say that he had the role for the Friday role that Cat played, Magic Mike or Pimpin' Mike or whatever that role was that Cat had, that it was for Ricky Smiley. I don't believe him. And Cat Williams said that was not true. As you remember, Ricky played the thieving Santa Claus character. I don't think Ricky is a great actor. I don't think Ricky would put butts in the seat. And I completely agree with Cat Williams on Ricky Smiley. Then he talked about Steve Harvey, who is also on a Q, who also has a radio show and has been on multiple television shows. I don't care for Steve Harvey at all either. I think he gives misinformation. I think he shows a certain level of buffoonery, like Ricky Smiley. As you can tell, they have aligned in radio, and they have a relationship. I think the whole big lip, big teeth, the hairpiece that he had is buffoonery. The hairpiece was fake. I never thought he was that funny. I agree with Cat Williams that the original Kings of Comedy was really Steve Harvey's tour, and it got transformed into the Kings of Comedy with Cedric and Bernie Mac, and I think Bernie Mac outshined all of them. I have heard the story that Steve Harvey and Bernie fell out over the Ocean's 11 character, that Steve tried to undermine Bernie Mac and get that role and said he would be a better fit. Steve Harvey has also displayed that he will do anything for the dollar. And he He's had 10 shows on at once, never shared the wealth. Mind you, he talks about that all the time. He had a Steve Harvey show in Chicago, then moved it to LA, and he had a sign that said nobody to come in without an appointment. Don't. He started having a brass and an arrogance that I did not like. Lives in Atlanta and Dallas, and those two cities, especially Atlanta, can be a very cliquish, bourgeoisie, black, segregated city. Segregation, black on black segregation, which is the most hypocritical thing that could take place when we've been battling white on black segregation for 200 years here in America, and then we do it to ourselves. I think Steve Harvey's personal life has been completely a mess. I think there's hypocrisy all throughout Steve Harvey's journey. And as a middle-aged man, I don't see how young people cannot see it. A lot of these things that are taking place with Puffy, Russell Simmons, and all of these things, I've seen this stuff. You could see it clear as day. You can see that Steve Harvey is only about Steve Harvey. And he's only going to help those who are sucking up to him. I don't care for Steve Harvey. Cedric is from St. Louis, Cedric the Entertainer, and I've watched him grow from the small clubs in St. Louis all the way up to his journey to LA, and know him personally. I'm not best friends with him, but I know Cedric, and I think Cedric is moderately funny. I don't think that he is a top comedian, as Kat said. I think Cedric, I noticed in some of his interviews and even some of the game shows that he tried to take off on network television, he was changing the way he spoke. He tried to over-articulate the English language, and he sounded a little silly instead of just being himself. And you go back and look at it, and Cedric will speak in a certain way that seems to be whitewashed. So there's a little fakery with that. And again, Cedric was aligned with Steve Harvey. I agree with Cat Williams that there are cliques out there completely. There are cliques in St. Louis, there are cliques in Atlanta, so there's definitely cliques in Hollywood. And these people that you continue to see on television, I think they have sold their soul to a certain degree, and white America and definitely the entertainment business does not want a vocal, truth serum type of black man that's going to speak about the inequities that are taking place in the world, let alone in the entertainment business. There's a favor system that's taking place. Kevin Hart is a prime example from somebody that went from nothing and just blew up overnight. I've been around a long time. I don't remember Kevin Hart in the chitlin circuit in comedy and black comedy. As Kat said, when he left Philadelphia to go to LA, he already had deals in hand. He was never at the Comedy Store, the comedy clubs, and he just took off like a rocket. And when you talk about selling your soul, and you're hearing these rumors and stereotypes that the people that are doing bend over Billy type things are especially the ones that go from nowhere to everywhere. They go from nothing to something overnight. And Kevin Hart is the precipitous of that. I've seen Cedric's journey. I've seen Ricky Smiley. I've seen Steve Harvey. But I don't know Kevin Hart's backstory. And he is all over the place. So has there been some bend over Billy stuff going on with Kevin Hart? I don't know. But they've aligned him with Puffy and these Hollywood parties. And I think eventually Kevin Hart is going to crash and burn also. I think Cat Williams is 100% correct. I think that you can see it in his language and his posturing and the things that he's saying about Hollywood and these comedians. Cat Williams reminds me of Dame Dash. Dame Dash speaks his mind. You can tell If you've lived long enough, if you utilize your five senses, if you have a PhD in common sense, when somebody's telling the truth, it's no different if you have children. You can tell when your children are lying. You can tell when somebody is lying to you. Why they lie, we don't know. But you should be able to sift through the bull crap. And Dame Dash speaks his truth. People might not like his delivery, but Cat Williams and Dame Dash are one and the same. I think they're very truthful. I think they're very honest. I think they've got 30 years, 25 years of being in the business, and they know all the ins and outs. And I think young people that are trying to be comedians, trying to be in the music business or the entertainment business should listen to them, especially if you're black and male and or female. I think the great thing about social media is now everyone can have a voice and speak their mind. They don't have to wait to be interviewed by Johnny Carson, Larry King, Oprah Winfrey. You can just pick up your phone, record, and start talking like I'm doing. And it has garnered many people to international fame like Charleston White, Candace Owens, and there are many people throughout the world that have a voice. And throughout the history of time, it's always been muffled. And Cat Williams, I think, is speaking his truth. I think Dame Dash is speaking his truth. I think Ari Spears is another one who's been white-balled. I don't call it black-balled because he has spoken his truth. I think Ari Spears is right on point with many of the things that he says in his interviews. D.L. Hughley is another one that I think that speaks his truth and walks a certain upright, upstanding posture. And Corey Holcomb. I think Corey Holcomb tells a true serum. I think Corey Holcomb is a little harsh and has a little ghetto flavor to it and has not garnered the kind of fame that Cat Williams, D.L. Hughley, Dame Dash has. But Corey Holcomb has been around a long time, and I think a lot of them speak a lot of the truth. I think a lot of this bend over Billy stuff that's going on in Hollywood, the drugs, the sex parties, I think they're all telling the truth. I do not think they're lying. I think that's the great thing about YouTube and social media, that now you can just record and speak your piece, speak your truth. I think everyone should look at interviews with Dame Dash about the music business, about scaling a business, about understanding the entertainment business. I think Cat Williams, you should definitely listen to about the business, the entertainment business, the nepotism, the friendships, the legacy part of it, the who you know versus what you know and what talent that you have. Corey Holcomb, D.L. Hughley, Ari Spears, most definitely you should listen to, whether it's on Vlad TV or some of these other areas where Ari has been interviewed. But Cat Williams, I believe, is 100% correct about Cedric, unfortunately, from St. Louis. I think he's correct about Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, Kevin Hart. I don't hate those guys, but I think if I had to choose a side on who to believe, I think Cat Williams is 100% correct. Man, if this has been a Trevor Donald Experience, manifest your truth, and please stay tuned and keep following.